That's the sound of the end of a battle between Missouri and Illinois, ignited by Mother Nature. On Monday night, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers blew up a hole in a Mississippi River levee just south of Cairo, Illinois. The blast relieved about 20% of the pressure built up from the rising Mississippi and Ohio rivers, caused by excess rain and snow upstream this year. Here's CNN with more.
You know, we've done an extraordinary amount of engineering here across our river systems, especially in the midsection of the country. And you know, when Mother Nature dumps a bunch of rain into that system, it doesn't always hold very well. So we've got to come up with extreme measures to try to alleviate some of that pressure. Doesn't make everybody happy.
Missouri fought Illinois all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, fighting against the Corps' blowing a hole in the levee. A blogger for Delta Farm Press fleshes out the two sides of the argument. Blow the Birds Point New Madrid levee and save the city of Cairo, Illinois at the confluence of the Mississippi and Ohio rivers. Or don't blow the levee and save 133,000 acres of prime farmland in Mississippi County, Missouri, along with homes and several flourishing businesses within the floodway. Cairo or farmland. Government officials on both sides of the issue fought hard for their state's interests.
But if that happens, we've lost lots of productive farmland in Missouri for, I would suspect, this year and maybe more than this year.
I think once you started comparing lives with land, I think it's a darn shame, and I'm terribly upset about it, and I don't care who knows it.
But the court ultimately shot down Missouri's appeal to avoid the blast, a decision an editorial contributor for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch calls a no-brainer. It had to be done to save lives over land. Missouri politicians, unfortunately, have acted parochially by choosing to defend home state farmland instead of the greater good. If the water doesn't go into the valley, where does it go? How many tragedies will it take before government interests realize they can't beat Mother Nature? A writer for Time magazine points out this shouldn't come as a shock to Missourians. It's been the government's plan all along. Nobody likes to flood farmland on purpose, but this particular farmland is in a floodway. After the catastrophic flood of 1927, Congress designated this sparsely inhabited area to be sacrificed in case the river ever rose that high again. The river levels dropped immediately following the blast. The St. Louis Beacon reports Corps officials said the break in the levee will cause the river at Cairo to drop 4 to 5 feet in a couple of days, but it could rise again after that depending on the weather. I'm Christina Hartman for Newsy.com. Multiple sources, the real story.